the Juice Box with your host, Britt and Val, where we squeeze the juice on the biggest stories of the week in news, politics, and pop culture.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hey, shout out to Britain on the beat and Alpha Girl Greens in our cup. We get in nutrients every day from Alpha Girl. You check it out. Special code the Juice Box at alphagirl.com, and that's with the U, girl.
Go get your greens. I've been doing every day. Put my greens in a little cup, and it just makes you feel good.
It's great. You can get a monthly subscription, save yourself a lot of money, and again, use code the Juice Box for 30% off your first order. Woo! Well, we got some other generous news for you, and it's the Adobe MAX Conference that's happening right now. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. If you use Creative Cloud, Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, Express, this is the premier conference to find out how creativity and tech are intersecting right now with artificial intelligence to create incredible, beautiful things. And it's free to register online.
You gotta have that Adobe Premiere subscription. That's some upper echelon stuff. But hey, go ahead and see what's on the new frontier of tech and AI integrated tools. Everything's integrating AI nowadays.
For all you dusty using Canva thinking you're a graphic designer, let me just tell you, Adobe's always been where it's at.
I am gonna go so hard for Canva. I love Canva. $12.95 a month, and they haven't even charged you for it. Canva is dope. Don't let her tell you any different. I am a Canva fan for life.
Okay, well, real quick, I'm just going to give you a little quote from the keynote speaker, and it's dream bigger, move faster, reach farther.
For the stars. I love it. I love being in a creative space. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, it does.
In other news, do you remember how we were talking last week about the Louvre and the heist of the Napoleon jewels?
How could I forget? Oh man, I didn't think that scooter right off to the sunset was that dreamy. What happened?
That's just all I needed to know. It was 102 million in jewels. But I will tell you, I saw a quip from George Clooney, who actually said the same thing that I did. He was impressed by the pull off, and he thought it was worth maybe an Ocean's, 14, 15? Which one are we on now? Great minds think alike, George Clooney.
I'm not mad at George
Clooney. Why would you be?
So there is a Category 5 hurricane hitting Jamaica, and we just want to send a force field activated peace and protection to all of the countries in the Caribbean affected by it. There's supposed to be crazy winds, 12 feet of rain, and we bless and protect all of our friends in Jamaica.
I remember we were lucky enough to go to Jamaica when we were young. We had our hair cornrowed. We even had a nanny, and we were acting like hot. Like, we want to go here. We want to go here. I remember 7-year-old me was able to put some money in a slot machine and gamble in Jamaica. The Caribbean is such a beautiful place. So yes, we bless you. We pray for you. What is the name of the hurricane?
Hurricane Melissa. And God bless our Jamaican nanny.
Melissa. Why is it that hurricane names actually are wildly on point with the devastation and the chaos that they create related to the person? Right, Melissa? That seems pretty on
we
par.
love you, Melissa. Melissa, we love our Melissas, but y'all are a little crazy.
Ashley's, Megan's, we know a couple. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Brittany could be one too.
Hurricane Brittany coming up next.
Oh, I gotta stop doing that. And I'm just gonna go on record right now and say, try not to say a rebuke thee Satan. I know it's very hard with what is going on. I'll give you one because I feel like it's coming, and rightfully so.
If his name is Donald Trump, it will be followed with a rebuke thee Satan.
Hey, you're right. Here we go.
You may or may not have seen her, and if you haven't, that's okay. I actually like you for it. But there is a new AI actor known by Tilly Norwood, who is an AI-generated character created by the production company Particle 6, recently causing a lot of controversy in Hollywood for the fear of being replaced. They promote her as a versatile, tireless AI actor, and she's appeared in generated content like vlogs, short comedy sketches, and the like. I've seen it, it's booty, but still, she herself looks very
So many things
realistic.
right now with AI is looking realistic. I'm taking an online course. And for a minute there, it's like they could pass it off, but if you really look closer, like she said something and I looked back because it had captions. I was like, what did she just say? And then you could tell it's AI, but it is getting so good. They're teaching us now. They're instructing us now. Every movie has been saying, who knows what's going to happen with this, but you could always tell. And as far as replacing actors and actresses, I heard people are using AI for things like OnlyFans. I was like, huh. I mean, to think you don't have to use your own self and you could create this character and
Have you seen those ads on Instagram where it's like, create your own avatar? And it all seems like fun and games because you can have your own person for free creating your content when you're not ready to film. But who knows how that intellectual property is being used by these third-party companies that are trying to steal your essence and energy and likeness at
I
every
was gonna say,
opportunity.
there's a movie called Ready Player One where people are sucked into this game. It's an avatar. And then what about the movie Avatar? You know, the guy that goes into the tank but doesn't have use of his legs, but can go into another world and be like a
Mm.
avatar?
Right, that was just trying to warn
Mm.
us. Did you hear that Cut Chemist song? People get ready. The robots are
Mm.
coming.
They're here. They're here, yo.
Yeah, that was a decade ago, and he tried to warn us.
There's signs everywhere. You just gotta read the signs.
It's crazy too, because that Adobe conference was talking about how to use AI ethically with transparency, that it's not something you allow to take over you, but that you collaborate with. And so I do believe there are leaders at the top and forefront of AI who want this to be beneficial to humanity. But there's also people who hate humanity and wouldn't mind replacing it all with
Actually, I
robots.
have a good segue for what you just said, and this is AI and mental health. This was a good
Mm.
read out of TechCrunch, and it says OpenAI just released new data showing how many Chat GPT users are turning to the chatbot for mental health help. And the numbers are striking.
I
I
do
do
it.
it too. So the reason why I found this, well, it was actually really sad. It's the company says about 0.15% of weekly users show signs of suicidal intent or planning. With over 800 million people using Chat GPT each week, that's more than a million users having those types of conversations. So on the one hand, you have people using it for mental health. Because going to a psychiatrist or a therapist, I remember I tried to get into a therapist and they were 2 months out. And I was like, that really defeats the purpose of why I'm even calling you now. This was the first person I ever called, and it wasn't just one, it was multiple.
Completely reflect our healthcare too. So how are you going to increase the prices when you're not even providing
So
decent
people are
healthcare?
turning to OpenAI. Now, in response, OpenAI says it's working with over 170 mental health experts to make ChatGPT safer and more consistent. The newest version, GPT-5, upcharge, slide that in, is reportedly 65% better
Mm.
at handling mental health conversations. It's getting smarter. This comes after the company faces a lawsuit over a teen suicide and growing pressure from regulators to better protect younger users. Now, when I read that last line, I thought, I'm using it for writing emails, maybe making me a logo, you know? So I think that if this comes from a lawsuit, I really would say TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. I think those are the ones that maybe put you in a different category as affecting your mental health. People turning to Chat GPT, I mean, they're evolving. They're trying to bring on mental health experts. The fact that Chat GPT and AI is literally taking over, everything is being integrated with it now.
Everything is being integrated with it now. I
Our
tell
phones,
you,
camera,
it's
Adobe
incredible.
Premiere, everything now you can ask
Yeah.
Chat GPT for. This is so helpful in everyday applications of our lives. And it shows when people will take to ChatGPT to talk about mental health issues.
Yes, and like you said, them bringing on professionals shows that they care. Instagram, on the other hand, they're bringing in slot machine professionals to get you addicted to suck every second of your time up, and that's more of a mental health issue than going to ChatGPT. Like
Algorithms.
it's given me
The algorithm.
It's given me mantras to let go. I came up with a whole guide, Love, Light, and What the that's about to release about navigating emotional connections. I even got like fun little connect the dots coloring pads to bring back your inner child. Like it is very helpful and it gives you exactly
I
what you
think
give
that
it. So I don't think
ChatGPT
they're to
is
blame.
being proactive in a reactive environment. People are turning to ChatGPT because of all these other outside influences that are making them go there because it'll give you answers.
Hmm. Hmm.
In the news of politics, speaking of why we have a mental health crisis in the world,
Yeah, speaking of why mental health is on the rise, Donald Trump. We are now day what? 1 million in the
we
government
are week
shutdown?
4 of the US government shutdown.
This monkey having parties in Mar-a-Lago, destroying a ballroom, blaming immigrants for everything. When those are lies, he's got to
Over on
go.
the White House lawn, while the government's been shut down, a 90,000 square foot ballroom, originally priced at 200 million, is now ballooning to 300 million. But still full steam ahead. And it's okay because it is being privately funded by donors. Who are those donors, though? Let's take a look at the web,
Mm,
the inner workings.
let's take a look at the web. And how private donors should not be influencing anything that has to do with the White House, but who is involved?
A who's who of corporations with massive government ties. Lockheed Martin, 10 million plus pledge, tens of billions in Pentagon contracts. That is from factcheck.org. Palantir, 800 plus million in federal surveillance and border security details. That is from The Guardian. Google, 22 million donations born from a YouTube legal settlement from PBS. Microsoft and Amazon, a multi-billion dollar federal AI and cloud contracts. That is from Reuters. And T-Mobile chipped in after securing approval for a major merger. And that is from Politico. So while essential workers are showing up unpaid and families risk losing food benefits, the same corporations cashing government contracts are literally building the government a 300 million ballroom none of us will ever step foot in. But I guess we could waltz our way through this shutdown.
You gross, rebuke thee, Satan. So basically, the same people who are on Epstein's island are also getting government contracts to reimburse through private donations their contributions to a ballroom that did not even need to be
Priorities, right?
fixed. Priorities, and the fact that that ballroom is only going to house 199 people max capacity. What happened to the campaign promise of government efficiency, and where's Uncle
You
Elon?
know, Uncle Elon, I think, is 50-50 in a lot of people's books right now. He came in strong, then he kind of petered off, and he'll make appearances here and there.
No, listen, MAGA, Republican Party, we all could agree on the fact that Donald Trump campaigned on A, releasing the Epstein files, and B, being more efficient with
And I think we
government
could all agree
spending.
on the
How
fact
is it?
that we were in favor of those things.
Amen. How is a $300 billion million dollar ballroom? Who cares if it's private donations? You're essentially giving all of these companies taxpayer
They get
money,
tax they get
so it's
tax
not private.
breaks. And for all intents and purposes, I mean, even though it's being funded by donors, there's still going to be, say, maintenance costs and things that the taxpayers will ultimately have to pay for because this is being constructed. It will be there forever. And so the East Wing was taken out. The White House is under construction while the government is shut down. And how about some irony for you? The same people who shut down the government, they're still getting paychecks while everyone else is waiting for IOUs.
That's so sad because even our local credit union said if you're a furloughed employee, we have options for you. What kind of leader in government does not care about its people to be having parties at Mar-a-Lago, Epstein Island, and to just not care about these people who are unemployed right now?
Meanwhile, it's hard to digest that we can't afford to help our own people in America. And the US has provided 20 billion financial lifeline to Argentina.
Why? And you have a lot of nerve. Donald Trump has a lot of nerve to be shooting boats suspected of drugs, threatening tariffs, and then giving Argentina 20 billion. So Representative Lloyd Dodgett said $40 billion could provide more than a year of affordable health care for millions of Americans.
And approximately 42 million Americans who rely on Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Programs, SNAP, will not receive their benefits starting November 1st, 2025. A few of the states have filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration's decision to suspend payments.
You've got money to build a ballroom, you've got money to travel the world and do nothing as a leader, and yet you can't afford to feed or give people decent
Let them
Medicare?
eat cake. Let's talk about some Dubai chocolate. What you got?
Girl, I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. Have you seen this Dubai chocolate?
I've heard about it. It really slapped us in the face. It really hit the scene. I have yet to try Dubai chocolate. I would though. I would. I heard it's like $20 a bar.
Bro, if you have not seen, I don't care what kind of real or fake pistachio goo you're putting in them, the real kicker with Dubai chocolate, and it's totally a conspiracy, but we're gonna squeeze the juice right now, is that Dubai chocolate is code word for the uber elite Saudis that bring influencers to the Middle East and literally pay them to
Wait
on them.
what?
And that's you heard it here first. You didn't hear it here first. It's all over the internet, actually. This is a continuation of our Juice Blocks exclusive on Yacht Girls, okay? Dubai Chocolate, they fly these influencers out to do the most heinous things an escort could do, including letting a bunch of wealthy men poop on them. And that is known on the streets as Dubai Chocolate. So in attempt to resurrect their image, they are now releasing expensive chocolate bars that are no finer than a Hershey, calling it Dubai chocolate and rebranding this whole movement.
Man, I did not know that that is where you were going with this. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I was just talking about how Dubai chocolate, I thought it was matcha, I thought it was pistachio, so I actually looked it up. What actually should be in a chocolate bar is a unique blend of Middle Eastern ingredients for texture and flavor. This just brought on a whole new meaning for me. Milk or dark chocolate forms the outer shell, pistachio cream paste, the main flavoring, tahini, sesame seed paste, and kadayif or kataifi. Damn, but that's not what it is.
Well, it's that, but it's also a unique blend of nefarious activities getting a new PR campaign.
Oh man. All right.
Dubai chocolate. So next time you see it, just know that somewhere in the Middle East, some rich Saudi or Qatarian is on an Instagram influencer.
Oh, people, times are tough for people, man. People do crazy things when they need some money.
So next time you see Dubai chocolate, don't buy it.
I'll never get to try it. That's okay. I'll never get that mental image out
I
of my
never
head.
will
So thank you
either.
for clarifying that.
You're welcome. The juice box for
Do you have
justice.
anything else? Because I do. In the news of pop culture, new couple alert. We have Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada. What do you think about that coupling?
What happened to Orlando
Patty,
Bloom?
we are a pop culture source for the week. That was done and gone. You know what I think it was? I think it was when she went up into space. Why did she get a lot of flack for that? I don't know.
Why did she get? Did Orlando give
She
her
got a
flack
lot
for
of
that?
flack from a lot of people. I mean, look, they've been together forever. Haven't they been engaged for like 10 years? It just didn't work out. She's with Justin Trudeau.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Katie wants to make a
She wants to
difference.
step up. She wants to step into a different lane. She going to space. She's getting into politics. Katy Perry for pres?
Katy Perry for president, America. We could do
Let's
so
think
much
about this for
better.
real. If we're gonna put a female for the presidency, who would we, besides Kamala Harris? Let's think out of the box here. Who would be a good female president?
Judge Judy. I love Judge Judy. She's honest. She stands for justice, and she keeps it real.
She keeps
with
it real.
people.
She calls it like it is. I bet Judge Judy, though, in real life is a Republican, which is fine.
Even if she was. Listen, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, that's all fine. We don't want to be divided.
Right
but
versus
I
wrong,
think
and she gets it every time. She's right every time.
our needs are the same. People need fair cost of living to integrate into society, or an option to live off the grid without the police breathing down their neck. The police need to cool it. That Pentagon budget, that black budget is just increasing. And it's like, listen, if these monkey can spend our taxpayer dollars without accountability, this changes everything in America. Why are we following rules when they're not?
Rebuke thee, Satan.
Rebuke thee, Satan. Shout out to Danny. That's count number 4.
Are you ready for past or a yes?
Yes.
We got Halloween just right around the corner. How about the most iconic Halloween movies? Let's go. Hocus Pocus.
Ooh. Hocus Pocus gets a yes. How could it not? That was Sarah Jessica Parker's first intro into Hollywood.
Was it her first intro into Hollywood?
It wasn't, but it was the first thing that made me like her.
For sure. Hocus Pocus. And then they even did a little remake, and I thought it was great as well. You get a yes. Halloween, the one that started the slasher craze, Mike Myers.
Dude, how young was Jamie Lee Curtis in those films?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, iconic, yes, but you're not reinventing the wheel. Like, if you kill the guy, how did he come back? You know what I'm saying? Is it...
And he keeps coming back.
And I don't believe, I haven't followed throughout the, 3-4 decades this has been around, but was it like the son, the brother, who just kind of took that torch and that face mask and kept it going? I don't know. I'm going to give you a pass.
Brittany, I don't know. I don't care either. I'm going to give it a pass.
The Nightmare Before Christmas, the timeless Halloween and now Christmas movie.
I feel like we may have done this before on a very early season of the Juice Box, because that one, I remember, can be great for Halloween, can be great for Christmas, and it's a little creepy, but it still works.
1,000%. I think that's visionary. And even Tim Burton now, he's had such a great career, and he's on Netflix right now with Wednesday Addams. Great show. Just because you're Tim Burton, I'm going to give you a yes. I'm not going to lie. When I was a kid, I found it very creepy, but I could appreciate it now in my later years. Definitely a Halloween movie, not a Christmas movie. It could work for both, but Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas, cult classic, iconic. You get a yes.
You get a yes. Beetlejuice. Don't say it again. Beetlejuice gets a yes.
Enough said. And they did another remake. It's always hard with remakes because look, this.
Okay, but did you love the new
one?
one?
It took me 2 tries, just like Hocus Pocus. It took me 2 tries. Loved it, but I loved it.
I loved it.
You get it, yes.
And Jenna Ortega, how could we deny her?
She's like the scream queen.
Beetlejuice.
She's like the new it girl.
Love her. She's a cool it girl.
You get a yes. Practical Magic.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. This is that fun one. Was Nicole Kidman? Who's in it?
I honestly don't remember. It's 1998. Witchy Sister Vibes and Midnight Margaritas.
Yep, Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. You get a yes.
I honestly don't remember this movie, but I love those two. I love that combo, that actress combo. So I'm going to give you a yes.
Yes.
Halloween Town, Disney nostalgia at its finest.
As soon as we get off the juice box, I'm actually going to play that in the background. I love the big pumpkin. I love the crane shot. I love all the feel-good Halloween stuff. And shout out to our friends Chris and Megan. They gave us the coolest, most back east Halloween week, and we had so much fun in the beautiful colored leaves, learning about the Revolutionary War in their woods. And there's
Oh,
ghosts there.
absolutely.
There's
You could
ghosts in
feel it.
Halloween
All those
Town.
colonial mansions from back in the day.
Yeah,
You could
built
smell it in the
on
wood
the blood
fireplace.
of. You really can, Brittany. Halloween
And we're
Town
going
gets a
there next year. Shout
yes.
out Chris and Megan. We love you guys.
Love you
Casper, the
guys.
friendly ghost, total 90s classic.
Megan and I were just talking about how freaking cute is Christina
She's in
Ricci.
Wednesday Addams too. She's on the new season.
I love
Yep. She's
that.
had a great career. I love her. I remember at the very end scene where she's about to have the party and then she gets into that roller coaster type thing and then he comes to life and it was just so cute. I wish he had more time. That was such a great movie. I'm going to go watch that after this. Casper, you get a yes. The
Yes.
Addams Family, creepy, kooky, and stylishly gothic. We have the remake of Wednesday on Netflix, so of course you get a yes.
Of course you get a yes. I love there could be something that mainstream and that creepy.
Oh, I love it too. I love it too. And I'm going to be Morticia for Halloween. You get a yes.
Are you really? Dude, that's so fun. You know the most underrated character that's the best character in that whole
Lurch.
show?
The
The hand.
so I'm not going to spoil this for anybody, but on Netflix on Wednesday, they explain how he's the hand. Have you seen it?
No way.
You
No, I
gotta
haven't gotten
watch
there
it.
yet.
It just answered a 30-year-old question. I was like, oh, you gotta go see it. Go check it out. No spoilers. The Addams
I
Family,
will.
you get a yes. Scream.
Boo. I hate it. It was bad for me, Brittany. I was afraid of the phone ringing every single time I babysat after that. Scream, you're cliche, you're hack. Did one of the Wayans brothers need to die? I don't think so. You get a pass.
You know what? I'm torn. I'm gonna give you a pass as well. I just don't need to explain myself. You get a pass. Speaking of the phone ringing, I'm adding this one on because this one scared the shit out of me. Was it called The Ring with that little girl where she rings you up and she says 7 days and then you die in 7 days?
Wait, was that The Ring? 'Cause I thought The Ring was when you watch that weird Japanese video and then you also have 7
I'm
days
pretty
to
sure
live.
we're talking about the same thing. Is it called The Ring?
With Naomi Watts?
Yes. That one was so creepy.
That was so creepy.
That one got me. I can usually handle scary movies. I've been watching a lot too since it is spooky season, but that one really got me.
Yeah, that one got me too.
All right, so little insert there. That one gets a yes. It Pennywise Terror for a New Generation.
I'm gonna give it a pass because your 5-year-old showed it to my 3-year-old when he was only 3, and he's haunted for life, Brittany.
You
Pass.
would say that. Your son is not innocent.
I did say that. He was 3.
My son has never seen that movie. Anyways. I only think I saw the first couple minutes, right? And he's in his little raincoat and then his little boat goes into the gutter. That one, I can't even say I've actually seen that full movie just because the opening scene and that dude with this scary little face, Pennywise, that did it for me. I don't even think I've seen the whole movie. You get a pass. Creeped me out.
I wasn't sure if I was going to dig into it, but it feels like an important teaching lesson. What just happened between Brittany and I was a little bit of lies, gaslighting, and my child is innocent. Yours is not.
You're right. You know what? You mentioned gaslighting and how it's kind of been this sort of new age word, and people overuse that word. There's certainly applications for it, but people overuse it. It's like if you're the first person that says gaslight, then you can't be the gaslit.
Here's the deal with gaslight, and it's the same thing as Antifa. I never knew these phrases until Donald Trump became president.
All right. You get a pass. The Exorcist.
Do we like The Exorcist? I don't think I do.
I think that movie has given credence to every other movie. What did we just watch the other day with the doll and the Annabelle and that couple? There's a lot of The Nun. It was creepy. I think for its time, I think it was actually kind of revolutionary, right? But There's some nasty. I didn't like it. And then doesn't she end up throwing up everywhere? You get a pass. You get a pass.
You get a pass. And this also brings up a bigger point that our friend Megan and I were also talking about because Annabelle came from that region, like the
Mm-hmm.
Connecticut East Coast. And I thought, gee golly, this is what happens when white people have too much excess and privilege in their
What
lives.
you get ghosts.
Weird, creepy like Annabelle, It, and all the Stephen King stuff.
We had to connect those dots. I wasn't sure where I thought you were talking about the Revolutionary
No,
War and the ghosts and the spirits in the attic.
it's all people living in excess. We must turn the tables and balance out the scales of justice,
Yeah.
juice
What about the
box.
craft? Teen Witch Rebellion and 90s cool.
I with the craft, and I wasn't gonna swear, but I love that movie. Light as a feather, stiff as a
Is that
boar.
where that came from? I give it a pass, and it's just for that one actress who was in all those scary movies with the crazy eyes and the teeth.
know
You
who
know
you're
who I'm talking
talking
about.
about.
What's her name? I don't know, but she was in a couple of those, and
I'm
you're like,
gonna
"Ooh,
find it.
this is a little dark for me."
She found her role
You
in
get a
Hollywood.
pass from me.
You get a gas from me. The Craft is a cult classic. A young girl new to a Catholic school befriends a coven of witches. How could you give that a pass?
Pass. Ghostbusters.
Oh, girl. I was never crazy about Ghostbusters, and I know it's expected we're going to hear that song 11 times before Halloween. So, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters!
I
Pass.
agree. Ghostbusters really wasn't my favorite, and they've tried to do a couple since. I agree. Coraline, eerie stop motion masterpiece that haunts in the best way.
Anything Tim Burton. I mean, stop motion animation, you got to put some energy into that. And to do a feature film,
I
1,000%
completely
yes.
agree. A little dark, a little creepy. I didn't know Tim Burton did that, actually. You get it? Yes. And that is it for this week's episode of The Juice Box.
The Juice Box. Thank you so much for rocking with us every week to get your weekly dose of the most refreshing news, politics, and pop culture. Rock with us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We love you, Juice Box.
New episodes every Thursday wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Happy Halloween. We out. Woo-hoo.
Happy Halloween! Woo! If you are in Los Angeles, I'm going to give you a little tip. You want to go to Carroll Avenue, Beverly Hills, Bel Air, and Pasadena to go trick-or-treating.